Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today we're back for yet another anime on Anime versus Reality. I always said Trinity Seven. That's what we're covering today, and I'm here with Bailey, but not in person because he's Bales, or as I like to call him more recently, the Note Bastardizer.
The note connoisseur.
I cannot hear you.
I prefer the note connoisseur.
No, you're the bastardizer because you wrote 2 pages of notes for the first episode.
Well, we can skim them. I just thought you'd appreciate the detail because you're the ones like saying, "Yeah, we got to get the notes."
I appreciate detail, but not to the point that it's 2 pages long.
All right, all right.
But like how to beat anime and all that.
Yeah,
This would be perfect for that sort of thing if it was based on if it Trinity Seven was a horror one, except you're more doing notes. They're more talking about how to survive the situation.
yeah.
But you'd do good at that sort of thing. Here, we don't do it like that. Anyways, let's just get into the first episode. And Bailey's going to be doing most of the reading today because of just what I'm seeing to my right. It's a mess.
Oh, God, such you. Of course, the lesser mind. He's got a lesser mind, so we cannot comprehend my genius.
You put a Thanos meme in this.
Yeah, because it's true.
I
And we'll
know
get
it's
into that
true,
later.
but still.
All right, all right. So you ready?
Like, I'm okay with you putting in memes. Just not in the way you've done it here. Okay,
All right.
let's get going.
You ready?
Yep.
Alright, so the episode opens with the main character, Kazuga Arata, waking up in a dark, windy abyss, and it's like pitch black, like when you're in a room. And
Uh, I'm trying to picture that.
he's yeah, and so he sees this woman reaching out her hands, like running towards him, and he goes to grab it, but we then find out it was all a dream, and
He's
what
got.
he ended up grabbing his cousin Kazuga Hijiri's breast. She wasn't happy about that, but he
I
didn't
know
seem to
he
mind.
he really holds it for a full like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I know I haven't seen this anime, but I have seen the meme because I when I was watching it, I was trying
Yeah.
to think about I know I hadn't seen it, and it's that meme where he's in the bed with the two women. He's like, "Come on, Lilith, join in." She's like, "I'm
Yeah,
not."
he says that to Lil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's later on.
Yeah, that's where I was like, oh, that's where I saw it on the anime Vine. All right,
Uh,
so
yeah, this is probably
um,
this is getting into the territory that's close to hentai territory.
yeah, all right. So they're having breakfast, uh, and I don't know why they're using chopsticks for sausages and eggs, but all right.
No,
This is okay.
if you know how to do it, you can use them correctly. Like you can pick up
Okay,
egg with chopstick. I'm not sure about
it's like a
sausage
whole.
though.
That's like a whole nother skill tree for me.
I've actually managed
So
to figure out how to use chopsticks while I was drunk.
oh god.
Yep. Even while drunk, I learned.
Uh, so Arata he mentions to his cousin that he shows her this drawing on the wall, and it's a picture that she drew for him, and she gets
Yeah,
embarrassed by it, and she's like, "Take it down." He's like, "Oh, JK, it's my wallpaper now,
yeah.
lols."
And as a note, when they show the drawing, the sun is red in it.
Yes, and this will play an important part later, so
Yes.
just make sure you pay attention.
Pay
All
attention,
right, so
because this show can be smart at times.
yeah, this show what?
Can be smart at times.
Ah, okay, yeah, and
Other
so
times it's like
sorry,
just
what?
boobs. Other times it's just boobs and butts.
Yeah. Okay, so the two of them are walking to school, and Arata notices the sun's been blocked by an eclipse, and if there's an eclipse,
There
you
should be
do
shadow.
not, yeah, like you do not look at an eclipse. That's bad for your
Like,
eyes.
ex- like you can sort of look at it if it's still, but the
Yeah,
moment
if
it
you got
starts
like
moving,
shades on, but you don't want to look at that directly,
like the
like
moment
you
it
want,
starts moving out of the way of the sun, is the point of danger.
yeah,
Because it can last for a few minutes.
yeah. So so while this is happening, this woman passes Arata, and she tells him to wake up or she'll kill him,
Yeah, we'll
and
find out
that
who that
just
is
confuses
later.
him. Yeah. So at lunch, he's like, well, in class, he's looking out the window, and then
He keeps
at the
looking at the
sun, and
sun.
then yeah, and he's like, and he asks Hijiri if the sun has always been black, and she says, yes, it's the
Yeah.
world he lives in,
Uh, just
and
just for a note, it's Hijiri.
Hijiri, okay,
Yeah.
Hijiri,
Yeah. So.
and and then she starts, letting him titty grope her, and he's like, something's weird here,
Yeah, he's
and
like,
then
something's weird, and then he brings up the drawing.
yeah, so it's like because he has a little flash, and he sees Hijiri, Hijiri, sorry, how do you say it?
Hijiri.
Hijiri. He sees Hijiri disappear, like Thanos does to Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And so and he begins asking her these questions, and just like because he's sus. He's like something's going on here. I don't know what, but something's weird. And so he ends up asking her what color the sun is, and she says black, and he's like, nah, bro.
The
Look at
drawing
this
shows it's
photo.
red.
Yeah, your drawing shows it's red,
And
and it's
she laughs at herself for making such a mistake. She's like,
yeah,
"Oh, that was such a simple mistake."
yeah.
But
And then
it's like a way of showing how smart Arata actually is in moments.
yeah. Just then fake Hijiri it's Hijiri, right?
Hijiri.
Hijiri. So fake Hijiri gets shot at by like some cannon, but she
Yeah.
uses an energy shield or barrier to block it. And the person who did it was the woman from earlier who told Arata to wake up or she'd kill him.
Yeah.
And it's funny, it's like Arata, he's like, oh, I remember you, you're the woman with the outrageous boobs. And
she's surprised by that for a moment.
that woman is called
Lilith.
Asami Lilith.
Yeah.
I like the name Lilith.
Yeah. Not my favorite name, but it's a cool one.
Yeah, I like it. And
Also,
so,
you got here that like she calls fake Hijiri a cracker,
yeah,
which is
why?
how is it the word for white people?
Yeah, it is.
Really? Should we
Yeah.
be saying it then?
Well, we can because we're white.
Oh no, no,
say
Bailey,
cracker.
Bailey, be careful what you say right now.
No, if you say it's if you say the other word, that's trouble. You know.
Yeah,
But anyways,
I apologize for
so yeah,
Bailey's language.
so the woman she used like apparently she fired a magic attack, but she used a sniper rifle cannon.
uh, didn't you do research into the weapon she uses?
Uh, I'm pretty sure it was a sniper rifle.
No, it wasn't a sniper rifle.
What was it?
Give me a moment. You keep
I
going, I'm
swear.
looking it up.
Okay, so apparently what she uses is, and she's also wearing this weird like outfit, and apparently it's a standard uniform for combat mages.
Yeah.
And so we later learned that everything Arata's suspicions were true because everything around him he sees the entire city completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And what's happened was this thing called, which is dubbed the breakdown phenomenon, caused
Yeah.
destruction, and the Black Sun began to start absorbing people. I think it was.
Okay, so the weapon is it's a large gun. It's similar to the Finnish Lati L9 anti-tank rifle.
I have no idea what that is.
Basically, it's something you use against a damn tank to stop it in its tracks.
That small thing?
It's as big as her.
Oh, well, when she can lift it on her shoulder, it seems small in comparison to a thing that can take down the tank.
But she's able to carry it herself and shoot it without getting blown backwards, like
Because
the
the
pirate in
man's got.
Pirates of the Caribbean that uses like the
Yeah.
really strong gun that keeps shooting him backwards.
Oh yeah. Or like in Men in Black, when
uh,
Jay uses the little gun.
uh, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
Anyway,
um
back to the breakdown phenomenon.
so I think the sun's like absorbing them or destroying them. It's something.
It's supposed to be like a destroy sort of thing, or like absorb and destroy.
And so Arata ends up getting his memories back when he learns the truth. And Hijiri gives him this small books, and she tells the book to save Arata and grant his wish. And then she ancestrally kisses him goodbye.
Yeah, yeah,
And then Arata wakes up in that dark, windy abyss from the opening, and asks the
yeah.
book to give him back his normal life, which she gets. And so the woman that was pretending to be fake Hijiri is the
It's the
book,
book.
which
Yeah.
is known as the Grimoire,
I love how you
the
continue to
magic
use
book.
that term.
What term? Fake Hijiri.
No, the C.
Oh yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to actually say that word on camera.
Well, well, she said that's her name, so
No, that's not her name.
that's what she referred to as an insult.
Well, we're not saying it
Huh.
on camera.
All right.
I'm trying not to get
It's
flagged
not
for
offensive
bad.
for us to say it, but anyway. Lilith points her gun at Arata, and she's like, "All right, you have two options. You can
You could,
have Grimoire dispose of the fake world and hand her over, which will erase his memories, but he can live a peaceful life.
or option B,
Or
just take the headshot.
boom, headshot." But then
He's like, I'll take
Arata
option C.
chooses, yeah, like from GTA 5, Franklin chooses option C. And option C is he becomes a mage.
Yeah.
And he goes to the mage school and he's introduced to the class. And he's introduced to one of the girls.
Don't forget that we learned that Hijiri is alive somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a
So
pretty
he's
big thing
introduced
for his motivation.
yeah. And so he's introduced to this girl, Sherlock Selena. And there's another Sherlock as well, so I just call her Selena
Yeah.
instead of Sherlock.
Well, a lot of
And
characters have more than one
yeah, and
character, for
they
multiple
ask
characters have
him.
more than one last name.
Sorry, what?
So, multiple characters have more than one like, Selena and someone else has the same last name, and then I think there's some other characters with that same situation.
Yeah. And so Selena's asking, like, she throws him off with a question about boobs, and then redirects the question. Did he create a fake world? And he's like, yeah. And everyone's like, oh, step back. We got a major player here. He's a candidate to be the Demon
Well,
Lord.
he doesn't learn that until, like, much later.
Yeah. But yeah, when the newspapers and all that starts coming out,
Yeah.
which is shortly after.
Yeah. He's popular really quick.
And after that, they arrive at the headmaster's office, named Biblia, who's in charge of Royal Biblia Academy, which is like it's like Hogwarts basically,
Yeah,
super secret.
it's Hogwarts, but for alchemy.
And Arata wants to learn magic so he can save Hijiri, and why can't I say that name right? It's
Hijiri.
Hijiri, right?
Hijiri.
Hijiri, okay. So he wants to learn magic so he can save Hijiri, and the headmaster's like, yeah, if you could bribe
If you could
Trinity
woo
Seven,
this Trinity Seven, basically.
if you can make them kneel before Rod, then yeah, you have a
Kneel
faster way
before
of getting your
Rod, you
cousin
said?
back. Yeah, instead of Superman kneel before Zod, it's for him kneel before Rod.
Really? You gonna make a dick joke
Yes,
like that?
yes. And Lilith is one of the Trinity Seven majors. Then
Yeah.
after that, he ends up meeting the second one, who is Levi Kazama. And I gotta tell you, I did not recognize her because she's hiding on the roof and she's covered herself in such a sneaky way.
When I did what I do is I do quiz videos, and I actually got Levi.
Oh, okay.
Although I think the quiz I did was absolutely terrible. Like, it is probably the worst one I've ever done for a video. But I still did it.
So, what? So,
So yeah.
Levi introduces herself and explains she's a ninja, and she trains in the ninja arts of astrology and arts of the bedroom, which I assume makes sense for a ninja if they're going, undercover and
I don't get
everything.
that.
Because, sometimes ninjas need to disguise themselves, like secret agents. They're going to blend in.
Oh.
I assume that type of thing would help.
I think that was mostly just to, like, excite Arata. I don't think that's actually true.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of her words that she uses is to, like, make Arata sort of excited. In more ways than one.
Innuendo.
Yeah. In my endo.
That's what she said. Alright, so after they get to know each other, Levi points out the window to two other students, Akio Fudo, who's unrivaled in terms of attack capability, and Mira Yamana, who's said to be more capable than Lilith in terms of pure ability.
Akio is the black-haired girl, right?
Yeah, Yamana's the blonde.
She's very kicky, as we'll find out.
Yeah.
She loves to kick people in the face.
So we learn all the Trinity Seven majors are women, which is, of course, you can't have that regular harem if they're all guys.
You gotta get on with all the women to win.
Yeah.
It's like Day to Live. Or Day Alive, or however that's pronounced.
Yeah. And they're all women because they're either in touch with their emotions or are too emotional. The latter being a turn on for Arata. And so Arata goes to take a bath and he meets Kanazuki Aren, and I thought it was the grimoire at first, projecting
yeah, that's the whole
image.
point.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I love how deadpan like Aren is.
Yeah.
Because that's her first name.
Yeah, and so it's like, so she's Kanazuki is like naked, and Arata, he has like a little towel on, and he gets I think he picks the soap to clean his hair instead of the shampoo.
Yeah.
And she sees him, and he's like, ah. He doesn't scream at all, and he goes, I'm sawing you naked. You should scream. She's like, like an E flat minor. He's like, that's not how you do it. And he sees a flash of real Hijiri.
He runs out of the bathroom.
Yeah, after she tells him her bust size is 82C, which might be too small for him. Maybe that's why he runs out of the room.
Wait, Kanasaki, Says that.
Yeah, and he goes to talk to her, and she's like, "Oh, my bust size is 82C." All right, so Lilith bumps into Arata, and so he's only wearing his towel, and he mentions how he bumped into Konosuke in the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
well,
Lilith.
he doesn't know it's Kanosuke. He's like
Yeah, he doesn't
he
know.
says
He doesn't.
Hijiri.
Yeah, like this Hijiri lookalike, and
Yeah.
Lilith confronts her, and she's like, "You should be ashamed," and then Konosuke's just like, "Yee," angering Lilith this time.
But she's like, she was in the men's bathroom. That's what started this whole thing off.
Yeah.
Because she's like, there's no men here. It should be fine.
And so Arata, as he's getting dressed, and while Lilith's scolding Konosuke, he talks to the grimoire, and he thinks that um, Konosuke might be connected to Hijiri, as they look very similar.
Yeah, and Arata's at the window thinking about everything that's going on so far. And then Liv's like, by the way, you forgot to put your pants on.
Yeah, he's just looking out the window. He's like, "Oh, I forgot." It's like, "How could you forget?"
I love
Such
how
a
he's like
drama queen.
completely dressed on the top half, but free ball at the bottom.
No, he's got the boxers on.
Still free ball at it.
No, free balling if there's nothing there.
No, that'd be more of a free willy situation.
Hey, I didn't make up the rules. It's it's free balling for guys and free flapping for girls.
Ah!
Hey, that's what they say. I didn't make up the rules. All right, so we're done with episode 1.
Episode 2.
Yeah, now we're on episode 2. Okay, so
Okay, so we see Arata with his pants on now.
yeah, so he's in class, and he's Aaron, the lookalike,
Yeah.
she's just
Just
staring at Arata the whole time while Lilith's trying to teach a class.
stare.
And she even says she's confused. She's like, "I don't know why I'm teaching." It's like, so why are you teaching? How do you not know what it is you're meant to be teaching? You know?
Yeah. Okay, let's just get to a different scene then. If we
Yeah.
don't know what's going on here, let's get to a different scene.
Yeah. Keep cutting the different scenes of Aaron just staring at Arata, thinking, "Yes, this is going to be all mine."
Also, I don't think you know how to spell ramen.
Raman.
No, it's Ramen.
No A. Okay.
Uh,
Well, I've never really eaten it,
so
so
the second A you had there is actually supposed to be an E.
okay.
Basically, if you want to be more, if you want to remember the best way to spell it, it's like raw men.
Raw men. Oh, okay, yeah, raw
And then
men.
you
I
remove the
see.
W afterwards, obviously.
Alright, so Arin's been following around all day, but he ends up getting stopped when
Yeah.
she tries to follow him into the men's bathroom.
And she doesn't give a damn about the fact he's going right to the men's bathroom. She would be the person that's like, can you leave the door open so I can watch you pee?
Yeah, and it's like, why do you keep following me? Just like, you're the Demon Lord candidate, and I might be your wife one day,
I'm
so
supposed to
I'm gonna
marry
be your
the
wife.
demon lord.
And he's like, what are you talking about? But then she leaves. Yeah, well, she asked him a multiple choice question about girls he prefers, and it's like, about what bride? He's like, oh, I want a really young bride, and he's so excited he doesn't see it that she walks away. Yeah,
Which is, like, Rin is just so, like, deadpan throughout this whole thing.
yeah.
Like, she's not in many scenes, but she's memorable for the scene she's in.
Well, that depends. Let me ask you, could you spend your life with a deadpan woman?
No.
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 Why not?
Because I'm literally the opposite. And I'd go insane from someone that's,
Yeah.
like, just so deadpan that when I try to tell a joke, they don't laugh, and it's like, and then I try to explain the joke, and they go ha, 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 ha.
I think the intercourse would be a little weird.
Oh, here I was trying to keep it clean.
Yeah. Like in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh my.
The woman's totally deadpan. She's like,
Can we
It's
just
like no
can
emotion.
we just get to
Yeah.
Kasuga's room?
Alright, so in Kazuga's room, so the scene's changed. Lilith, Kazuma, and Celine are there. And Celine wants to interview him, and while Kazama wants to watch because she's got filth on her mind. And Lilith is there to supervise, so she can't leave the girls in the boys' room unattended. And I quote, "At this hour, when clearly the sun is shining."
Mm-hmm.
So, what hour
It
do you
is
think it
so
is?
sunny that it's like midday almost.
Yeah. So the interview gets turned into innuendo before turning back into a normal conversation,
Yep.
where where
Like a
Arata
lot of the
asks,
conversation is focused on what type of girl he likes. I I
"Yeah,
I don't know why that's such a focus for Celine
I don't
or for
know,
Selena.
maybe she wants to be the bride."
No, she's just doing it for the juicy scoop,
Yeah.
and he's all too happy to just give a answer.
Yeah. And so Arata, he after the innuendo and that, he asked about his grimoire, and it's called the Astel Codex, and it's said to house knowledge of another world, and its consistent existence was considered a legend until now.
So yeah, it's like the most powerful book that
Yeah.
we've seen so
And
far.
and for Arata to learn and master magic, he needs to find a certain thema. A certain, so
A
it's like he
research
needs a
theme.
research theme. And there's like they're like for different elements, right? Different types of magic.
So, but yeah, there's like each of them are based on the seven deadly sins as well.
Yeah. Which is another show we may or may not be covering. I don't know. It's on the list.
Probably not. Like,
Alright.
it's that'll probably be one if it's like it appears in the comments as a suggestion down the line.
Okay. Because I don't know all the shows you're covering, or if you've added any new ones.
No, like after we finish like the ones I've watched, the ones that you've given me on your list, and Crokia's one, it be free pickings at that point. Anyone with
Alright.
anyone can suggest any anime that's not more than 100 episodes.
Alright. Alright. So something happens. There's a blackout. Everyone falls over into the dark.
Yep.
The grimoire lights up the darkness. Narata has fallen on Lilith and is grouping her
Groping.
restlessness. Yeah. And so they go to leave,
it.
and the windows and doors are locked.
Why is it
And it's
always
like, what?
that when it's like it goes dark and then when it goes light, someone's got a move in their hand?
Yeah.
First it was Arata at the beginning, and now it's
Well, if
now it's with
I
Lilith.
assume if it's a reverse harem, it wouldn't be a hand in the boob, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I mean
Like
down low on the guy.
down south of the border. All right, so the 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 window and doors it's locked and they can't get out. And the grimoire explains that they need to find this symbol and destroy it for
Yeah.
this fake miniature world to disappear, but then goes to sleep. And so everyone, and then things take a turn for the worse when Lilith, Kazuma, and Selena they all have to pee simultaneously.
Well, Liv is the first one that's like she needs to pee, and then
Yeah,
like Kazuma is like, I have something to say too, and it just cuts to a different shot of like her
Yeah.
character twitching. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's like you'd think their menses have cycled up together.
and then like Selena's fine, and then like Kazuma does like a hypnosis sort of thing and makes her want to pee.
Yes.
So it's not all at the
Yeah,
same time. Like Kazuma forces it on Selena.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, and Arata's like, I am surprisingly appealed by this, but no, I have to think common sense. We have to get out of here. And eventually they do. They trick the grimoire into revealing where it is, where the symbol is. It's under the bed, which they destroy. And then all three girls run out to go to the bathroom, and I'm kid you not, Kazami does a Naruto run. You look it
yeah,
up,
because
see how she
Kazuma
runs.
does do a Naruto run.
Yeah.
She's just
So
like,
yeah.
that.
So
I'd
once
be doing
everything,
that sort of thing if I really needed to go to the toilet as well.
yeah. So once outside the room, um like Arata asks his grandma what the femur is, and Aaron appears and explains um it's a mage spends their whole life researching it because
Yes. Basically,
it's
if they
like
want to
they're
use their
full,
magic, they need to know
yeah, they're full of
magic.
magic. You know how there's like different types of magic in Skyrim and that you
Yeah.
can learn. It's kind of like that. And we also find out she's the one that caused the barrier.
Because of course she did.
She wanted to see how long it would take Rata to break it, as what do you call it? And Arata he thanks her. He's like, it
yeah.
was a bizarre sight seeing three hot girls not trying their hardest not to be themselves. He's like,
Can I
and then
just take
she's
this
like,
next?
oh
Can I take this next one?
yeah,
Because Rin's just like, I can pee for you right now. Just right there, right now. But he's like,
and he's like,
no,
no, it's
thank you.
okay, because that's what I like about her, how she can sometimes call his bluffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it feels like Arata isn't serious; he's kind of bluffing. So I like
but,
that she calls him on this bullshit.
but yeah, the Grim was like, yeah, she turns into a straight man.
Yeah. If
Oh.
anything, he acts more like Lilith when she's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Raz is like, why did you put the barrier to my room? And Aren's like, I was testing you.
So you're a candidate for becoming the Demon Lord. You know, I gotta make sure you're up to the task.
Yeah.
And I assume she's got other suitors just waiting in the background.
The headmaster, I think, did the headmaster tell her to do so?
He said to seduce the seven deadly sins so he can learn magic quicker and faster,
Yeah.
and that way he can save Hijiri.
Yeah. But the headmaster somehow just comes flying through the window.
Oh yeah, because they mention
His name.
yeah, and he just like smashes through.
He's like,
It's
you
someone call me
girl.
like Bloody Mary. You say her name 3 times and there she is.
Except he knows how to destroy the window such in a way that it causes potential injury to other students.
Yeah, and then they leave, and he's like, "What?" After that grand
After that
entrance
great
I
entrance,
made.
you're just gonna walk away. Don't even give me applause.
Yeah, and they go to is it the school nursery room? I think it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know the proper name for it.
The nurse's office.
Nurse's office. Okay, I thought there was something more technical to it.
No.
Alright.
It's basically like it's either the nurse's office or the infirmary. Those are the two that you
Okay.
would be thinking about, right?
Yeah. And so, Arata's there with, Aaron and Lilith, and, Aaron's like, oh, would you like to make the sex before marriage?
Whoo! Big
And,
question.
and
And
he's like,
he's just like,
yeah, definitely. He's like, I can take you too, Lilith. I'm open to that idea.
and Lewis is like absolutely appalled by Arata's language, and the rest is like, you could join in too.
And just hits him.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Uh,
Aaron gets a brilliant idea to kind of break the grimoire he's using, so it can't
yep.
control Arata's magic.
Yeah.
And then it starts going all out of control, and Aaron explains that the headmaster told her that if she can put Aaron in some kind of development where he's in danger, he could learn to take control of his
Yeah.
abilities faster, like a flight or fight kind of situation.
Yes. And I love how you tied the breakdown whole thing into Liv's overreaction and tossing the headmaster into a fire.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "Where is the headmaster?" And Lilith just tied him up. And he's like, So yet
Somehow he
somehow
manages to
he's
survive
survived.
that. By the way.
Yeah. Well, he is like the most powerful mage,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, so why doesn't he just teach personally?
These mages, they're enigmas.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Aaron's going into her Magus mode.
Yeah.
And, like, she causes the breakdown phenomenon to happen.
Yeah, she does it intentionally.
Yeah. It's like, holy jeez. It's actually really dangerous being in, like, the epicenter of it.
Yeah. It's like, and what this thing starts to do, apparently it's like targeting the weak first, and then
Yeah.
it goes after the strong.
Basically, it's like, it levels up.
Yeah.
The weak die, the strong live.
Yeah.
Although we don't see many
Yeah.
students in the school anyway, so is it really that bad?
Oh no, as long as they're not protagonist characters or side protagonists. It's all good. Okay, so where was I? So just then when Arata's powers are going out of control,
Yeah,
you have Yamana
and Akio.
and Akio, they show up, and Akio plans to deliver this kick that will kill Arata and save everyone, which I
Yeah,
find it funny how Lilith tried to kill him moments earlier, then was like, goes to her, no, don't kill him. And the episode ends with Akio about to deliver a magic death kick to Arata's head.
just imagine that though. It's just like if you actually got kicked by that and you got kicked to death.
Yeah.
It's like, what would happen to your head in that situation? Would it basically become like a soccer ball, or would it just
Assume,
disappear?
I think it would break like an egg, the neck would still be there.
Yeah,
It
like
really
your
depends
head would
on where
get
you're
like
kicking
come
the head.
off. That's what I mean. That's why I was asking, would it be like a soccer ball?
Yeah.
Like your head comes clean off, and you just everyone just starts playing with it.
I think it depends where the head's kicked,
Anyway, let's go forward in time to talk about episode 3 and how
Yeah,
confusing it is at the start.
yeah, so, because the episode jumps ahead, so we don't see what happens when the kick lands.
Yeah, but we see Arata and Aaron working together at a beach house, or for some reason.
It's like one of those, when you go to the beach and they got those food court
Yeah,
places. It's
and
not really like a food court. I'd say more like a food house.
yeah, best thing I can think of is like it's like American in a way. You know
What do
what
you
I
mean?
mean?
What do you mean?
It's like the American businesses that are like just on the beach, like a building on the beach,
Oh, yeah,
essentially.
I get you.
Anyway, let's just continue.
Alright, so the episode is confusing. Arata was about to get his head kicked off, but then the episode just jumps ahead. We'll get a flashback showing what happened.
Sam,
So, Arata and Aaron are being punished, and they have to work at a beach house on the southern island, flipping and serving burgers as punishment. Yeah, so while they're doing that, the headmaster is rebuilding the school, and it's like at the end of X-Men Apocalypse, where Magneto's
yeah,
putting the school back together. That's kind of what he's doing, but maniacally, because he's laughing about it.
yeah,
So, Lilith, Kazuma, and Selena, they show up there, and they're like, oh, and it's like, oh, what type of swimsuits do you like? And he's like, oh, I don't mind the boob size as long as they're attached to a pretty girl.
yeah. No, yeah. So
And
Selena
then
decides I'm gonna rip little shirt off to show
it's like
her.
100 points. It's like 100 points to Gryffindor.
It's like 100 points. Is that like just perfect boob size and all?
Yeah. And yeah, and so that Selena's like, oh, what? She's wearing a bikini. I can't believe it. And then Kazuma's like, oh, she's obviously doing that to seduce Arata. And there's this weird fantasy Arata has about
Yeah,
Lilith, and then Lilith
Orin's
pulls out
annoyed.
her gun, threatening Arata.
Well, she
Then
does fire off her weapon.
yeah, she does fire. She tries to Gallic gun him. So
Point blank fire.
yeah. So after the opening, we go back to what happened in the previous episode. We pick up where that left off, and so Akira does the kick, but
And
and she thinks she's obliterated Arata, but he ended up disappearing.
and there's just a hole in the wall.
Yeah, and then this earthquake starts happening, which is the breakdown phenomenon. They
Yeah,
didn't change anything. And Arata, he wakes up and he's standing like in this blue void, and there's
and
a
there's a
door and
door.
there's music. Yeah, there's music sheets happening, and he opens it up, and he finds a woman in there. This woman is known as Koroto Yui.
Yui, not as annoying.
Yeah,
Not the annoying Yui from Sao, but the
or
sleepy.
Sao Bridge.
She's the sleepy one.
Yeah. And so and they meet, and she's like, "Oh no, I pulled you here. You're safe." And then she explains, no, the breakdown phenomenon is targeting the weaker students and Thanosing them,
Yep.
but the others, the stronger ones, are surviving. So your friend should be fine for the moment. And she goes over the seven deadly sins: Superbia,
The
Invidia,
Superbia.
Ira, yeah, Acidia, Avaratia, Gula, and Luxuria. Like Arata, you must pick one, as one of them is a shortcut to unlocking your power. And he picks one. He's like, "Oh, thanks, cutie, but I gotta go back."
Wh-
And he gets teleported back.
Which one would you
And
choose?
I choose Ace Deer because it's got the word ace in it.
Without even knowing what it actually means.
Yes, because I want to feel like a champion. So I go for the ace.
There's something just pulling me towards the Ever Everratia one. I don't know what it is though.
Uh, okay, so Arata ends up teleporting back, and
He's
he
inside the
sees
protective bubble.
there's a protective bubble that Lilith, Aaron, Akio, and Yaman are in. And long story short, Arata saves the day. He
Yep,
chooses Super Bia as his female, gets a sweet black coat that
it's
puts Kirito to
Superbia.
shame. Superbia, sorry. Super Bia, I don't know what I was saying there.
Superbia.
Super Bia. Yeah, so he gets a sweet black coat that puts Kirito to shame
Yeah.
and uses his magic to make all the magic coursing around him disappear. It works, but causes 99.9% of Lilith, Aaron's, and Akio's clothing to be disintegrated. But Yaman is fine as she used her crystal ball to reflect his magic. And after she leaves, Arata loses 99% of his clothing.
He's just there with his dog out.
Yeah, yeah. And that's kind of like in a certain magical index with Toma. In his
Yeah.
left hand has his power, and he touches the magical girl. Because
Yeah.
here's one he can, when he touches someone with his left hand, he can negate their powers.
Yeah.
And he touches the magic girl, and she's like, "Oh, it did nothing." And then her nun clothes just explode, and she's naked. It's like the Busrota. Busrota! Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and I say
I feel like I need to
99.9%.
watch this just for that.
Yeah, it's just that meme. And especially if you want to actually see him punch a nun. That's good
Yeah,
too.
I still
Twice.
haven't seen that yet.
I thought I sent you the link.
I don't think you did.
I'll have to resend it. But anyways, well, moving on from the nuns being punched. So, Arata managed to successfully get away from Lilith, and he's telling his story to Celine. She's impressed and wants to see it, but see like his power.
Lou's like
Lilith,
that. Don't you shouldn't just be showing it off.
yeah, but he does it anyway, and that's when she decides to so,
No.
sorry, I've just here we go. Sorry, I brought down by accident. So, and then Kazuma, she sneaks behind Lilith's breastises and gropes them. She's like
She does
surprised
the
at how
red.
it's like they're so perfect. The quality, the texture, I cannot believe it. Like that woman in the Zohan movie. And the husband just loses it when the breasts explode. The ratio,
What?
they were
What?
perfect. Do you remember the movie, Adam Sandler movie, The Zohan?
No, I don't mess with Sohan. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, and they're doing this thing at the end. The woman and the guy's like, if my wife didn't have the perfect ass to boob ratio, I'd be furious right now. And at the end, her breasts kind of explode and then deflate. And he's like, no! They were perfect. And he's like being arrested. The ratio. Oh, God. And they were all natural too. That's what made it more funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay, getting back on topic. So when that happened, so
Luce like pulls out her gun and tries to Gallic gun
yeah,
the two.
she tries to Gallic gun him, and but they run off. And Celine and Arata, they're safely away on the mountain cliff or whatever it was, just by the ocean. You know, the rocky places. And she wants to see his magic, and he's like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah,
And then
show me. I'll show you my magic,
yeah, but then she
and not in that way.
tries to, yeah, he transformed, and then she tries using her binary. I call it binary code magic because you can see the
It
zeros and
is
the
binary
one.
code magic.
Okay. And she's like, "Oh, I can totally be popular because I've binded a demon lord candidate." And then he's like, "Magic be gone!" and destroys 99.9% of her clothing.
Along with the magic.
Yeah, because
But
that reminds me of.
she's just standing
Uh,
there, dude.
yeah, I kept laughing because it's so funny how the clothes just keep getting destroyed.
Yeah.
But the funniest one for me is like in Two Love Brew, it's like throw the bomb. Oh damn, it's the clothes disintegration ray. Why did you make that?
Hey, sometimes you need to see some, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
some boobs, butts, and maybe
yeah,
some D.
yeah. And so they're at this bathhouse. This is at night.
Yeah.
Selena and Kazuma, they're walking together to their rooms, just having a little chat. Then they overhear Arata and Asami talk, who's Lilith.
Yeah.
So they're talking in Lilith's room. So Selena and Kazuma, they think the two are about to make the intercourse. But it turns out they were just talking about his magic ability and how he
Yeah.
can use it to get
And Rin
Hijiri
was also
back.
there, I think.
Yeah, and Lilith gives the two girls a slap for thinking such lewd things. Then what do you call it? So they go to the bathhouse, which is
The
I don't know
mixed
why
gender.
there's like yeah, they're mixed. I didn't get why they're mixed. You think they would have separated it?
No, it's for what's coming up later.
Yeah, because the plot demands it.
The plot demands boobs.
Yeah, I love a good ploob.
What?
Ploob plot armor that involves boobs.
No,
Okay,
wouldn't
so
it
they
be a
get
plob?
there. Oh,
Wouldn't it be a plob?
blob. I don't know. It'd be something. So they get there. So when Arata enters the mixed bathhouse, he's like, "Oh no, all the ladies are clothed and decent. Damn you!"
He's
And
so
then
disappointed that they're wearing their swimsuits and he's just walking around with just the towel.
yeah, and Yaman's like, "Ugh, I'm not gonna bathe with this
Pervert.
even." And then Akio's like, "Oh, you saw me naked, so I'm gonna have to punish you." And he's like, not too thrilled about that, which I find funny
Oh,
because he's
jeez.
like, wants to see people naked, and that is like, obviously it's intended as innuendo for the
He
punishment.
he doesn't as much as people would say this is like fan service, a lot of it is unintentional. It's sort of similar to the situation of High School of the Dead. How,
Oh yeah,
how in that I just try to sort of defend the fan service by explaining, hey, it was unexplainable situation, like it's unexpected situations causing each of them.
I can't get that slap out of my head when he slaps what's her name in the classroom.
Pink hair girl.
No, in High School of the Dead.
Yeah, there was one
I
that
remember
had pink hair.
yeah, he slaps her, the one with the weird boob physics.
Oh, the blonde teacher.
Yeah, the blonde. I don't know why. First thing that comes to mind is that. Then second is boob physics. I don't get that. I'm pretty sure I
I
remember
thought
the boob
boob
physics
physics would
more than
be
the slap.
first.
Yeah. But now it's actually sorry. So getting back on topic. So Arata and the harem discuss the Trinity Seven, and they're gonna have to deal with Mira and Fudo,
Yeah.
who is Akio. Sherlock suggests Arata master his clothing disintegration magic
I love how
rather
that's
than
what it's called now.
yeah, yeah, and it's actually pretty smart. So if you can focus on making a person lose an individual piece of clothing, they'd be so distracted. Have you seen that's actually kind of the plot for a game called Akaba's Trip, Undead and Undressed.
What?
You fight guys and you fight fight chicks, and you got to rip off their clothing.
Or in No Game No Life.
That's how you defeat them.
No Game No Life.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. Their
Yeah,
life.
the final game that happens.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the abridged version of that?
No.
He beats. It's when he beats a chick in the card game he and his sister first arrive. How
Yeah.
did you beat me? It's a little something called try believing in the heart of the cards.
Oh, actually, I think I have seen that.
Yeah, and then like the deck, and then a hidden deck falls out of his arm. You saw nothing. Um, but yeah, so if he can master this move, then he could throw off his opponents.
Especially if
And
it's a
Lilith,
woman and they're wearing a bra. Because you know
yeah,
what he can
and
do
Lilith,
there?
yeah,
He can make the
yeah.
bra disappear and really give them...
That's actually what happens in Rosaria Vampire, the what's it called? The manga. And the guy has the ability to take on the appearances of a person he touches
Oh,
and gain their
that
powers.
is a cool ability.
Yeah, and he gains their powers and attributes, and he's trying to beat Skune, the main character. He's like, "How do I do this?" And so then he just rips open his top, which is the chick's top. He's like, "Look at these." He's like, "Ugh, nosebleed," which is pretty smart.
Look at these, boy!
Yeah. Yeah. So Lilith reluctantly agrees to help Arata and shows him how to make a gun. And she's like, "It's going to be a while before you can do this." But the Grimoire's like, "Oh, let's make a gun," and it makes a gun real easy,
Yeah,
which is surprising.
but there's like a whole bunch of processes as we find out
Yeah,
later that
but
has to
then
go through.
but the Grimoire's like process 1 complete, process 2 complete, process 3 complete, very very fast. And we learned that Arata's magic might be he's able to use the magic of other mages, like siphon it off.
Just imagine him being able to use like Lewis like massive anti-tank gun.
Yeah,
That'd be
pictures love
terrifying.
cannon. Yeah. And now you got me thinking of what's it called? I forget it. There was this guy in the anime, and he's just reading the book, and he's entered like the girl's bathroom. He's just reading the book, and he finds a spot to sit, and he sees one of the women like I think naked, and he just looks at her and goes, "Lose some weight." And he's like, "Oh." Oh, I love the Fort Slayers. I love the Fort Slayers.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so that's the end of
Episode 4.
episode 3. You want to read episode 4 now? Because it's so short and easy for you?
Yeah, bitch. Anyway, yeah, so episode 4 opens with Arata and Asami walking the hallways of the school. It's finally been repaired. And, like, Arata's so caught off by the fact that he can just copy the powers of other mages.
Yeah, and he jokes about him being the super protagonist.
Which he is. Actually,
Kind of a 4-4 break there.
yeah. So yeah, when they get to the classroom, everyone but Levi is asleep. And, like, somehow it's causing people, like, the weak people to fall asleep first. It's much like the breakdown event again.
Yeah, I was about to say that, where it targets the weak mages first, but leaves the strong ones.
So they go to the headmaster, and the headmaster's like, "What's the best of all the cute girls?"
Yeah, and Arata's like, "Hell yeah, I'm in."
But Liv slaps them both across the face because of it. So, just imagine that though. Taking advantage of a sleeping student. How low can you go? Am I right? It's like... Oh... And so, anyway, getting off that, the headmaster's like, yeah, it must be Yui behind this one. And Arata's like, I remember Yui. She has the second best value of all the girls. The first being Lilith.
First being Lilith.
I'm amazed he doesn't get slapped again.
Yeah. So how could you say that? But it's like it's not like she. I don't know. Did she perceive it as a compliment or something?
I don't know.
Part compliment, part insult.
So yeah. Anyways, our main gangs at the moment make their way under the school to Yui, who lives on the other side of the world, but not the world you're thinking of.
Yeah, the world of dreams.
Yeah.
Where the Sandman lives.
Really?
Mr. Sandman.
Please shut up now. Yeah, but she has cardinalism magic as the second most powerful person at the school. The first, obviously, being the headmaster, because he has to be the dominatrix over all these students.
Yes. Do you know what that is, right?
What?
There's a difference between being dominant and being the dominatrix.
I think I know. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, okay. Because for me, I was like, wait, what? It's like, okay, no. Okay.
I was intentionally saying dominatrix as a joke.
Yeah, the wording just threw me off. I was like, what? Okay.
Well,
Alright.
it's this type of anime. It's gonna make that type of joke.
Yeah. Oh, wait till we get to Rosario Vampire.
Oh.
See one of the
Gets
one
even
of the
more
characters.
kinky, does it?
Oh, there's one of the characters. It's like one of the weirdest parts of the episode, but you know.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, everyone's like making their way down these stairs, and they come across demons from the sleep dimension. Is it?
Yeah.
And Arata tries to get summon his gun, but it doesn't work. And instead, he just ends up.
And it's a weird looking gun as well. It's not the same one from the previous episode.
It's like a ray gun.
Yeah.
It's like something. What's her name from To Love Ru?
Lala.
Yeah, it's something Lala would invent, just without all the pink.
Yeah. You should wait till you see all the inventions she has. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
Oh, I know I will. I've seen some of them already.
Yeah.
So yeah, somehow Kazuma managed to avoid that situation and uses her ninja skills to clear the way.
Yeah, and she's like slicing and dicing them up with her shoto, I think it is called.
I forget the difference. There's many different types of Japanese swords. I don't know them all. But yeah, so they continue further down, and all of a sudden it goes pitch black. And Arata and Lilith are getting attacked by mini horny demons, as Bailey puts it.
Yeah,
which is not wrong.
You saw what they were doing.
Yeah. Let's get it on. But yeah, Aaron just gets rid of them. Probably the easiest things to kill in the whole lot. So yeah, the gangs made their way down all these stairs, when all of a sudden, Yamana and Akio just smash right through the wall, right next to them.
It's like, hey guys, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, we're planning to kill Yui. we're trying to save Yui.
I was like, oh, we got a bit of a problem here then.
Yeah, so Kazuma is like, uh, she uses wind magic to explode.
Divine wind magic.
Divine wind magic to expose Yamada's bunny panties.
Which is like, okay, I didn't expect her to wear something like that.
It's like the a more safest sample I know is drawn from Ruby in season 4. His jumper, as we find out, is got a bunny on it. And in the moment, Ruby's just laughing her head off at that.
Who dare laughs at a bunny?
No, because of how unexpected it is.
Now I'll tell you the funniest bunny you laugh at is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What?
It was this comedy show and movie in the 70s.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like
know
this
of the movie.
Yeah, and it's the rabbit where the guy's like, I'm gonna turn that rabbit into stew, and you see it bites his head off. It's like, Jesus Christ, and the knights start attacking it, and then
What?
the rabbit just starts killing them all. It's so hilarious.
Wait, what the?
You don't remember that? Please saw the movie.
No, I know of it. I said.
Yeah, because that was the joke. Like, the comedy was so funny. Like, they couldn't afford money for horses, so they had a guy just walk around clicking coconuts together to make it sound like a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that rabbit bit is so hilarious. I'll have to send you the link. But let's get
Anyway,
back on topic.
we're getting distracted. We're getting distracted from Yamada being distracted by embarrassment. And the gang running ahead. I think Kazuma stays behind to try and fight.
Yeah, Kazuma stays behind.
So, like, everyone else continues on, and, like, Mira is also going ahead with them. And they get to Yui's office, which is...
And it's like Office of Yui, the Evil Mage. It's like hours 9 till 5.
I love that joke. That's like a nice simple joke.
Yeah. I don't like it when people when you try too hard with jokes, you know?
Yeah. But just having that there as, like, a sign, that's a good way of doing a joke. It's a visual joke. You don't need to show, like, boobs or butts for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go through the door and find Yui glowing nakedly, of course. Because why not?
Yeah.
And there's a demon dragon wrapping around her.
Well, I mean, she's like in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah, it's still technically wrapping around her even if it's not like wrapping around her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
It's like she's in the center of the dragon. Arata's like, hey, she looks different. And Arin's like, the Yui you met was her ideal form in the dream world.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Arata's like, ah! And collapsing in pain.
Because his dark energy is like manifesting.
And
With
resonating
the
with
dragon?
the dragon.
And it's like, what? Are they gonna become one?
Well, his like dark wings come out like they did in episode 2.
Yeah.
So even like Yamada and Akio show up And Liv's like, hey, what happened to Kazuma? Is she okay? But
Yeah.
yeah, Kazuma's fine. She just uses her ninja skills to get a good old grab.
But yes, I'm fine. And so she was just checking her health. Reminds
Oh,
you of it reminds me of that joke from Dragon Age Origins. Like if you get a certain amount of herbalist skills, then in Lothering you can go to this woman. I'm a herbalist. Take off your clothes. I need to make sure you're not sick. And it's like, okay, you're not sick. You're good to go.
you want to take the last little bit?
Um. So which show up it's about? Yeah, so long story short, Arata is able to control his breakdown phenomenon, and this is like Kazuma. She sucks on his finger, and it reminds me of that other anime where the guy has to have the woman's drool, or he will die.
Uh, what?
I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that one.
What is it called?
It, what's it called? Like Girlfriend DxD or something like that.
What?
I don't know. It's been so long. Basically, he sees a drool on the desk and it's like, I don't know why, but I'm gonna taste it. And now he has to keep having it or he'll die.
Eh.
Yeah.
Just
So
why?
basically,
Why do people think of something like that as an idea?
I don't know. Why do people think of a rubber tire that kills people in a horror movie?
Well, if it
People
goes
trying
going
to be
at
creative.
if it goes at a high enough speed.
Yeah. No, the tire's just haunted and it's just like killing people. It's funny. All right. So Arata, he so after Kazuma blesses his finger, it causes him to get a gun, and he blows away the demon dragon with one blast. Then Yui-san is free, and when she wakes up, she's like, "Oni-san, yay!"
What does
And she
he?
gives him,
What does he call that shot though? He 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 calls it something.
I forget what it's called. When the bitches love cannons attack.
No, we'll have to look it up later.
Yeah. And so, she gives him a naked birthday suit hug. His
Yep.
birthday suit is when you're naked. And, everyone's like, yay, you did it. And then we see Kazuma, she's like, Arata killed a Code D type demon, which is impressive, and with one shot, nonetheless.
Yeah.
And
Shot it
we
right in the
haven't learned
mouth.
about we haven't learned about the demon types, though, have we?
No, I don't think we really do. It's like if you
But
read the manga, you would know more.
I'm assuming that, obviously, um, S tier would be the highest, if not,
Well,
or it
like
might
Devil
be
May
A.
Cry or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, that's our first 4 episodes, huh?
All right.
Going from world destruction to a demon getting its brains blown everywhere.
Yeah. Not
Are you going
pausing
straight to
even.
the notes right now, are you?
Oh no, just to make sure I remember what episode I'm on.
Well, you only have 2 more episodes to do.
Yeah, I'll try and get them done tonight.
Much like we've only got two, like, if we keep this up, we'll only have 2 more episodes of this. And then we'll be going on
Oh,
break.
oh no.
You're not happy to be going on break?
Well, you never know. Like we went on break for Ruby fanfic and
We still
so
haven't come back to
more.
that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we will be coming back to that though.
I hope so too.
Anyway, with that mentioned, links will be in the description to both of my channels and both of Bailey's channels, including his new one, which still isn't out, I don't think.
Yeah,
Or
it's
like,
up.
huh?
It's up.
Well, I can't find. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find it.
I think it's just because like it's a very low channel right now, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to find exactly your channel
Mm,
because I typed in your channel name and it's the same as others.
yeah, I got to make mine stand out more before.
Yeah. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know next video comes out. A ding, a ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
Dum, 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 dum.
I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.
There's